What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am recording this Wednesday night, so we're doing the midweek update. We're going to look at some sealed product that is sold and then move on to some slabs and singles. I think there's a couple on the list this week. Going in ascending order. Starting off, we have an item that I don't think we've featured yet. We have a starter deck here. This is the kid one. It is open though, but I figured I would throw this in the video because I had someone ask me a couple weeks about these and why I never show them. And really the reason comes down to they just don't sell that often. So it's kind of difficult to feature these in the midweek update if there are no sold with listings, excuse me. So this is the first time I've seen them sell since that person messaged me. I figured I'd throw it in here. I will also say I'm not a huge fan of these. I mean, you can obviously make decent money on these first edition ones in the future. I don't know how well the starter decks will do. If they have an exclusive promo, maybe there's some value there. If it's a popular character, good artwork. But I think they're just quite a liquid compared to a lot of other products like booster boxes, and we just don't have a long track record in one piece of what's going to do well in terms of sealed products. So I stick to what I know and what I know does well, which is booster boxes, and more specifically the stronger booster boxes. So that's the first listing here. There will be one more starter deck we'll take a look at in a second. After that, Kingdoms of Intrigue booster box, $207.50. A lot of these selling around $200, some still in the 190-ish range. The next one after that, Paramount War, $242.50. I've noticed that this box is starting to slowly move up. When I look at eBay North America, a lot of the first four sets now, except maybe like OPO4, Kingdoms of Intrigue is still sitting around $200, but OPO3 is moving up in terms of price of like lowest listed and everything. And also Paramount War at this point is getting up there in price. So keep an eye on Paramount War, going forward. After that, big sale here. We have an OPO5 box that sold for $405.99 through MC Sports Cards. Very big. I imagine they're a consignment service out of the United States. Now, there are still a lot of these boxes selling in the 300 range. I saw sales as low as I think 325 this week on auction, but I figured it was worth throwing this in here just because I think this is probably the first ever OPO5 box. Maybe not the first box, but first box this year that sold for over $400. And it's a good sign that OPO5 is trending upwards. And if you guys watch the other videos, I've been saying over the past couple weeks, a lot of sealed cases of O5 have also been moving. So people are definitely scooping this up now while it's still cheap. Now after that, we have the other starter deck. This is the Luffy one. This is again open. It's same seller as the first starter deck this week, but the card is in there, which I think is where the majority of the value comes from. $510 there. After that, massive sale again. We have a Romance Dawn white bottom booster box that sold for $700 USD, guys. And like I said, with a lot of the earlier sets, OPO1 to OPO4, drying up on eBay, at least when I looked in North America, OPO1 white bottoms are doing the same thing. I think lowest listed right now is around $800 USD. Buy it now in North America. There might be like one or two boxes in the high 700s. I can't remember exactly, but these are drying up. People are moving their prices up fairly rapidly. It's difficult to find a decent deal. Even if you look on like Shopify in Canada, at least, I don't know about the States, other parts of the world, there's only like 2 or 3 listings for Romance Dawn boxes. So these are drying up. People that have them are holding on to them currently. And this is a massive milestone sale there on Romance Dawn. Now we have one more sealed product here, another case of OP12 Legacy of the Master, $995 USD through Probstein. I think that comes out to like $82, $83 again USD per box. Solid deal there to be paying for OP12 in my opinion. Now moving into some cards, starting off we have a BGS 10 Black Label Kaido. This is from Two Legends. It's an alt art, sold for $107.50. Again, terrible photos. If you guys want top dollar for your cards, don't take photos like this. You can see their phone glare, like shadows, everything. It's just an absolute mess. Do not take photos like this. Try and take higher quality photos where people can actually see the card. Either way, over $100 there. If you're a Kaido fan, that might be a deal. I don't know. BGS 10 Black Label, probably not a super high pop card because I imagine not a lot of people are sending those off to Beckett. Now, another Beckett card here. We have a 9.5. This is another Kaido, and this is a Japanese One Piece. It says Flagship Battle 2023 winner. 9.5 sold for $137.50. Following that, we have a Rebecca. This is from OPO6 Wings of the Captain. BGS 10 non-black label, sold for $157.50 through ZNG Emporium. That seems a little bit cheap actually for a Rebecca in English and a BGS 10. I thought this card was moving up a little bit, but either way, it's in that range where I think collectors are getting a decent deal. And also, if you're an investor, you're looking at these waifu cards as being potential long-term holds. It's probably a decent entry point to be paying. Again, I'm not picking up individual slabs. And I think Rebecca, in terms of character popularity, is just too far down there. But either way, there you go. You can have your own opinions. That's just mine. After that, we have an EBO2. This is Bong Clay, the alternate art card that's sold in a PSA 10 for $160.50. These cards raw, I think at one point, were up to like $140, $150. Obviously, with the reprints from PRBO2, some of the EBO1 cards have come down in price, but still selling for over $100 there. After that, we have a BGS 10 Black Label Doflamingo. This is the Japanese special rare from OP07, 500 years in the future, sold for $184.50 through Probstein. I do believe there will be another Doflamingo on the list coming up here shortly. Now, following that, we have the Nico Robin Miss All Sunday version, OP06. This is an alternate art sold in a PSA 10, $202.50. Like a lot of Miss All Sunday cards, they are moving up in price. After that, we have the Shanks. This is the PSA Magazine exclusive PSA 10, $202.50. The PSA 10 pop on this is now up to $556. Now, if you're a fan of OP13, some of these cards coming up might interest you. We have a couple of the 5 elders selling in BGS 10s. The first being J. Garcia Saturn. This sold for $212.50. This is the Japanese version, of course. English is not out yet. Then we have Ethan Barron v. Noose Joro. Guys, I haven't got that far in the anime, by the way. I just wanted to say, I just finished Zoe Part 2, so I can't actually watch the rest of One Piece on Netflix currently. I just downloaded or signed up for Crunchyroll, rather. So I'm going to have to go over there for like 300 episodes. But I just wanted to say, the anime gets way better post time skip. Like, everything after Marineford, it really does get interesting, and I'm really excited just to continue watching that. Either way, I'm sure that I will meet these people in later episodes and know more about them, but for now, this card is selling for $212 approximately in a BGS 10. We also have the Usohachi. This is from OP10 Royal Blood. PSA 10 sold for 183 euros, which is approximately $213 USD. We also have the second Doflamingo. This is a BGS 10 Black Label, and again in Japanese. This is from Romance Dawn, I believe, and I think it's just a parallel, I would imagine, alternate art card, whatever they were called in Romance Dawn. $255 there. We have another one of the 5 Elders. This is Saint Shepherd, and this sold for $256 in a BGS 10. Now, moving on, we have a Black Label Vinsmoke Reiju. This sold for $271. I believe this is from OP06. This is the alternate art leader card. Then we have the Doflamingo from Romance Dawn, PSA 10, $280 there. I don't believe this is the pre-errata version, but correct me if I'm wrong. We have a Shanks promo here, BGS 10 Black Label. Excuse me, this isn't a promo. This is from Romance Dawn. Either way, this sold for $281 USD approximately. I think it actually sold from Australia for $427 Australian. Then we have probably one of my favorite cards in One Piece. We have the Edward Newgate Whitebeard special rare or special alternate art, whatever you want to call it, from OP10 Royal Blood. This is now up to $290 through Probstein auctions. For the longest time, this was sitting around $190, $200, now getting close to $300. This might just be a one-off through Probstein auctions. We're gonna have to wait and see what the future holds, but I think this is a great artwork and it deserves to at least have some level of value. We have another one of the 5 Elders selling. I think this is the last one you're going to see on the list here. This is the St. Marcus Mars, BGS 10 non-black label, $305 there. Now moving on, I think we have about 15 more and they are going to get more expensive. We have Kaya. This is BGS 10 black label. This is the promo from the 2nd anniversary set, sold for $325 USD directly from the PSA vault. Then we have a card from PRB02. This is Gum Gum Giant. I believe this is the 2nd most expensive card in the set behind the Sanji manga. This is the manga event rare, whatever, for Luffy. $330 USD. I've seen multiple of these sell in this range, somewhere between like $300 and $350. I think it is leveling out in here for now, and we're gonna have to wait and see what happens over the next couple months. But I do imagine this is gonna be a decently expensive card. After that, we have a Shirahoshi. This is a One Piece promo. It's looking like this is a 2024 championship celebration pack. Whatever that is, $355 here in a BGS 10. Moving on, we have another Luffy card here. This is from the first anniversary tournament winner card, and this in a PSA 10 sold for 322 euros, which is approximately $375 USD. After that, we have a Crocodile card. Interesting, Crocodile doesn't show up too often on these lists. This is from Romance Dawn, BGS 10 Black Label. I believe this is just a super rare alternate art card, I believe. And this sold for $424. I think that this card actually sold in Japanese as well this week. I was going to add it to the list, but I figured these videos are already getting a little bit too long. But I think the Japanese version sold in a BGS 10 Black Label for like $150. So English version, more expensive again. After that, we have the Luffy BVB promo card, BGS 10 non-black label, $449. A lot of these cards sell in this range now, around $450. We have another one of the Zoro 3-on-3 Cup top prize cards, PSA 10, $467. If you guys remember, this card in Japanese was, I believe, a tournament prize card. What was it, top 8 or something? And we just saw the black label sell for like $20,000. Crazy sale there. We also have the Boa Hancock from OP09, Emperors in the New World, BGS 10, and this sold for $475. Be on the lookout for this card and some of the other Waifu SPs to continue moving as we get closer to EBO3 being released in English. We have a BGS 10 Black Label Luffy Secret Rare from, I believe this is 09, the Secret Rare, not 05, 09. Sold for $510, very expensive in a black label, because I think in English this is what, like a $5 card raw, $10, something like that. So crazy premium there on the black labels. We have, I think this is the first ever copy that I've seen sell of this. This is the Luffy Alt Leader from EBO2. This sold for $576 in a PSA 10. You can see here the PSA 10 pop is only 8 and total pop is 8. So 100% gem rate so far. But very limited pop on this, so it is getting a decent premium if you want this card graded. Now following that, interesting one here, we have the Japanese Gecko Moria. This is from, I believe, 2 Legends, and this sold in a BGS 10 black label for $610 USD. We also have a Perona in English. This is the CS 2025-2026, I believe, top player pack finalist card. This sold for $640 in a PSA 10, and the pop on this is 1. So 1 of 1 card out there. We'll have to track these going forward if they ever show up again down the road and see what they ultimately sell for. After that, again, speaking of waifu cards that are special rares, this is the Uta, I believe from OP05, BGS 10 Black Label. We talked about this yesterday. The raw copy's up to like $90 or something. This sold in a black label though, $650 USD. From a fairly small seller too, so it's not like this is a massive consignment service doing this. Small seller, $650. Now moving on, we have the Boa Hancock SP. This is from OPO4, $651.99 in a PSA 10. Miss Hancock continuing to move up there. We have a Zoro card here. I'm actually not sure where this is from. This says, I believe, Treasure Cup August, September 2024 promo. If you guys have more information on this card, leave it in the comments down below. Either way, in a BGS 10 non-black label, $660 there. Fairly expensive card. Then we have one of the Nami's championship card, top 64. This sold PSA 10, $715 USD. Miss Nami moving up as well. We have the Jewelry Bonnie manga card in Japanese. This sold BGS 10 non-black label, $745. A few of these moving every single week in this range. We also have the English Marshall D. Teach. I believe this is the gold version, sold for $810 raw through Probstein auctions. We have a Boa Hancock manga. This is a PSA 9, so not a 10. The 9 is now selling for $850 USD. This is a card that is now selling consistently over $1,000 in a PSA 10, but even the 9 now is getting fairly pricey. And a couple more cards here to end out the video. We have a Jewelry Bonnie alt leader from OPO7, 500 years in the future. This sold in a BGS 10 black label, $890, so massive sale. And then the final card today, we have a Sabo manga from OPO4. This sold $935, which I think is kind of cheap. I honestly don't think going forward we're going to see a lot of mangas in a PSA 10 sub $1,000. Maybe some of the lower tier ones will be in like the $600, $700, $800 range, but I think even Sabo has the level where it could be $1,000 plus card in a PSA 10 all day long. But that is going to be it for the video. I can see I'm already getting to 20 minutes here on my timer. Hopefully I'll be able to cut it down a little bit for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you prefer these videos being like 10 to 12 minutes, 15 to 18 minutes. If you want me to go like even longer, 20 minutes plus, I could definitely throw in a lot more sales. I actually just looked at auctions for this midweek update, so I'm sure there's some buy it nows that are fairly interesting as well. I try and add in as many new cards and then also try and balance that out with doing the old cards I think people want to see on a weekly basis just to track how they're moving. So I could make them as short or long as the majority of people want. If you guys got some value out of this content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. If you are shopping on eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville, Cardboard Hero, I have affiliate links down below. Free and easy to use. All you got to do is click on it before you do your shopping, and then I get a small percentage of the sale at no extra cost to you. It's a great way to continue supporting me making these free videos for you guys. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.